In this exercise, we are going to make over a lousy looking 3D pie chart and turn it into a 2D bar chart. And then the bar chart looks a bit default looking, which doesn't deliver the message. Then we make over to a chart that brings out the message and visualize it out to talk about healthcare and retail dominate sector-wide capital allocation. And together also we include some visuals by using icons. So let us deep dive into the steps of creating this chart. This is the exercise file. Of course, now is a 3D chart like this. Let's turn it into a bar chart. Click on the chart, right click and look for change chart type. And then turn it into a bar chart and just click OK and it will automatically turn it into a bar chart. So what we need to tweak, remember, delete whatever that is not necessary. Perhaps right now I delete all the data label first, which is a bit confusing right now. I just delete it over. Then I delete the grid lines and delete the x-axis. The next thing is that I will click on the bar to make it thicker. So right click, format data series and reduce the gap size, gap width to 55%. And then also try to make sure that there is no special effect, because right now you see there's a shadows for each of the bar. So go to shape effect, shadows and put none, no shadows, and it becomes the normal chart. Yeah. So the next thing is that if you look at the example, sometimes bar chart that is in the categorical data, it is good to rearrange it or what we call sort it from ascending or descending order. So how to sort the data so that it looks like an ascending or descending order? You need to sort it through the data source. How to get the data source? Click on the chart, right click, edit data, and it will open up the data source. And then yeah, it will open up here. Okay. So what I will do is that I will just select all the percentage only and right click, and then there is a sort function, sort smallest to largest. And when you sort smallest to largest, you will see that the value is from small to large, but the chart will show large to small, right? So once you have sorted it, then it becomes like this. So what is the next step? The next step is to include the data label. So how to include the data label? You just click add, and then instead of just include like this, and it will include outside. So what I want to include the data label is in the inside end. When you click on the inside end, at the moment you can't see anything because the label color is the same like a bar color. So what we need to do is that you just hovering your cursor and click on the end of the bar, and you see that it selected the data label. Then I change the font color to white color. Now you see the label. Yeah. What else to tweak is the titling. So the titling, same thing. This one, maybe I don't want to use the standard title. What I will do, I make it smaller. And in order to cut short the time, I already have the title. I just copy and paste it for the title and then just put it on top. Yeah. And make this lower a bit. Good. So what else to take note for this chart is, if you notice that the color, right? We will focus on the two sectors only, healthcare and retail. So we will color it, and this is called binary color, where I want to focus and not to focus. So what to focus, I will put darker color, and what not to focus, I will put lighter color. So in this case, I will change everything to lighter blue first. And then the one that I want to focus, I will click another time to turn it to darker blue. Right? Now there is a focus. Next thing is that I want to include the icons into the chart. Still remember, to include the icon, we need some space over here. In order to get the space, we just click on the axis, right click, format axis, go to the labels, and in the labels, you will see distance from axis. Increase it to 1000 and enter, and you will see that there is some space. And then I adjust this one back to here lah. And because the icon now is too big, cannot fit in, what I will do, I select all the icon and group it first. Why I group it first? Because I can reduce the size together. And then only I ungroup it. To ungroup it, the shortcut key is Shift Ctrl G. Just now, Ctrl G is group, Shift Ctrl G is ungroup. And then what I will do, I will put in one by one into the position. Yeah, put in one by one into the position, and you will likely see that the icon is in the positioning. Yeah. And if the icon is not aligned properly, what you do is that you highlight all the icon and go to align center, and you will align properly. Yeah. So based on the example, you see that I only highlight healthcare and retail, and even the icon also darker. The rest of the icon become lighter in color. So how to do that? I will select those that is not focused. I will go to graphic format and change this to lighter color, gray color like this. Yeah. How about the healthcare and retail? Healthcare and retail, I cannot make it bold. If you click and change the color, right, the whole thing will change the color. You cannot specifically change only healthcare or retail. Unlike data label, you can click 2 times to change any of the label. But for axis label, we cannot do that. So the trick is we just insert another text box. Let's say healthcare, right? Make this to bold and smaller. And then make sure that the background is white color so that I can overlap it on top. And I put it to the right hand side. I overlap it on top. And you notice that I have the word over here, and then also I will change the retail also. Now I have this as in a trick lah, just a trick to just overlap it on top. Okay. What else to do is that if you look at it, I have an annotation to tell people that this 51% is equivalent to USD 51 million. So I just add a bracket. Maybe I want to use this bracket. I just add a bracket to these two and turn this to a bit darker color. And then just add a text box. Just add a text box to tell that this is USD 51 mil, right? And then make this to bold and a bit bigger. And then the mil, if you want million, make it smaller, and then you just put next to it. So this is how we have created this example, right? So over here, once you have done all this, perhaps maybe select all the elements and group it, Ctrl G, so that it becomes a single chart by itself. Okay, so these are the steps on how to create this chart from a default looking bar chart like this to a chart that delivers the message and also enhance the visual look with the icons. Good, right? So try it out, see whether you can get the steps correctly or not.